everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today on Tuesday Trend Reviews, we're going to be doing the viral Parmesan balls or Parmesan hush puppies. I've seen these all over the internet. I've seen people do different versions of theirs. So today I'm going to be trying two versions that I saw from other influencers on the internet, and then I'm going to be showing you my version of this recipe. So thank you so much to Daniel Del Toro and Keto Twins. I will include their accounts in my description below. I'm going to be following, like I said, their two recipes and then showing you my own. Let's jump right in. So Daniel Del Toro did a completely classic version of this recipe, nothing complicated, just the Parmesan and the egg whites. The Keto Twins did a bacon jalapeno version, and what I want to do is I thought, what if we put a pork rind panko crust on the outside to make it nice and crispy on the outside when we cook it. So I want to try all three versions to see which one I like the most. Let's first mix the basic version of this recipe. I'm gonna use the same base, but then I'm gonna separate it to add the different versions, like the Keto Twins one, as well as my own. So I have 100 grams of grated Parmesan here. I grated this myself. If you don't have grated Parmesan at home, you can either just go ahead and go buy, already grated, but what I like to do is get a fresh block of Parmesan. You throw it into a NutriBullet, turn it on, and it becomes grated Parmesan. So that's what I did here. And here I have 2 egg whites. I'm just gonna dump the egg whites right in and mix these together. I love keto snacks, and this is also a carnivore snack. So that's what's really great about this. And I just love really quick things that you can make that are really fun. Of course, these are calorically dense, but this is something that you enjoy once in a while. And I love little party snacks, little like grab and go, super quick. So I'm really excited to make this. All right, I have all of this mixed. I got a second bowl so that I can separate 1/3 of this for the Keto Twins version with the jalapeno and the bacon. So I'm just gonna separate that out, and I'm gonna leave 2/3 of it for the Daniel Del Toro version as well as my own. I'm gonna take an ice cream scoop just for the sake of making these balls all the same size so they cook evenly. And I am going to scoop out our mixture onto this plate, and then we'll form them into an even ball later. So the Daniel Del Toro version is just like this. All he does is he mixes the Parmesan and the egg whites and then perfectly forms them into a ball and then fries them. And so I'm gonna leave 2 that are just plain like that as the classic version of this recipe. Now for my version of this, I have the same classic recipe as the base, but I wanna coat it in a pork rind panko. The one that I love to use is by Pork King Good. I will link it in the description below if you're interested in purchasing it on Amazon. And I love using this stuff. It is such a great alternative to breadcrumbs. It makes things super crispy. I have used this in my recipe for the chicken Parmesan. So if you haven't seen that recipe, make sure to head over. I will link it in the description below. So all I wanna do for these Parmesan balls is I wanna form them into a perfect ball like this. And then you wanna take your pork panko and just drop it right in and coat it on the outside. And when we fry this, it's gonna give it a nice little outside crust, and the inside is gonna be nice and fluffy, just like that. And then leave it on your plate whenever you're ready to actually, cook it. So that is all that we're doing for this. This is all that I'm doing for my version. I wanna see if this pork rind panko crust gives it a nice little crispy outside. I love hush puppies, so seeing this and that it's keto and carnivore friendly is super, super exciting. I know the Keto Twins also did a version of this where they put, I think it was like corn flour extract or some corn extract. You can do that as well, but I just wanna try a classic version of this without going too crazy on any kind of additives. Although I'm sure it is completely delicious. All right, so I've done my versions of that. Let's set this aside so we can work on the Keto Twins version. Now, although I'm using the base recipe from Daniel del Toro, I'm gonna use the same additions that Keto Twins use. So they used pickled jalapeños. I made my own pickled jalapeños. So if you're interested in seeing how I do that, make sure to comment down below. I will put out that recipe for you guys. So throw in my jalapeños. I just chopped them up really finely and dried them. You wanna make sure it's super dry because we are going to be frying this. You don't want too much moisture in there because it's just gonna splatter everywhere. And here, I've also made my own bacon. So I love making bacon bits by myself. You can buy them if you want, but a little tip on how to make delicious, crisp bacon bits is you just take the strips, throw them in the air fryer and cook them at 400 for about 8 to 10 minutes. It is super crisp and perfect. You just take it out, let it dry for a bit, and then it just crumbles up just like this. It is absolutely delicious. I do this all the time. And I'm just gonna drop in about an even amount of the jalapeños to the bacon. And let's mix this all together. Same as for these other ones, I wanna take an ice cream scoop for the sake of making these completely even so they cook the same, and I am just gonna scoop and roll these to make them into a perfect ball shape. So far, I am really enjoying this trend. It is so simple. I mean, this is really, really easy to do. And how can this be not delicious? It's Parmesan and it's fried and it's gonna be amazing. Our 3 versions of the Parmesan balls or Parmesan hush puppies are ready. Let's set these aside so we can get our oil nice and hot to cook these. I have a large pan here in front of me. I am heating it on medium heat, and I'm gonna take some avocado oil. You guys already know I love the one by Primal Kitchen. I'm not sponsored. I'm just such a huge fan of this product. And so I'm gonna use avocado oil for this. You're welcome to use whatever neutral oil you'd like that has a high heat point, but avocado oil is just my preference from a keto, carnivore perspective. Our oil is nice and hot. Let's carefully place our Parmesan balls in. And I'm gonna really carefully just take the oil and make sure that it coats the top as well. As these finish, just take them out and carefully place them on a, you can put them on a rack or just a piece of paper towel to let them drain the fat and let them cool. And here are our 3 Parmesan balls or Parmesan hush puppies. I'm super excited to try it. A few of mine did lose their ball shape a little bit. I think I should have used maybe a deeper pot so it can completely roll, but that is perfectly fine. Flavor-wise, it should be exactly the same. So let's first start with the classic one. So here is the classic one by Daniel del Toro. Super simple, just the grated Parmesan and the egg white. It is so soft, and just take a look at that, like texture-wise, so fluffy. Let's take a bite. That is so solid, just absolutely delicious. Really classic flavor, really cheesy, as you can imagine. He had this with some salsa, I think. I think salsa is a really good addition to this to cut, you know, have some spice to cut through the cheesiness. Let's move on to the next one. I wanna try the Keto Twins one, which is the pickled jalapeno and bacon version. Looks super good. Look at all that delicious bacon and jalapeno in there. Let's take a taste of this one. The addition of the bacon and the jalapeno is so perfect for this. It matches really well with that cheesiness from the Parmesan. It's a really great idea. This is more closely related to like a real hush puppy. Love this. I think I prefer so far the bacon jalapeno one over the classic, just regular Parmesan one. Now I wanna go ahead and try mine. For this one, I used exactly like the classic recipe, but we added the pork panko on the outside. It's super crispy on the outside. It's more crispy than the classic version. This is the classic one. This is the one with the pork panko. I just want to take a bite of this, see how crunchy it is compared to the classic one. Flavor-wise, very similar to the classic one. I sometimes like just like a plain flavor, you know, no bacon, no jalapeno in there. I like that with the pork panko, you get that crispy outside, so you get a nice crunch on the outside, really soft in the middle. Out of the three, I think my favorite one has to be the Keto Twins one though. I do like mine, I do like the crisp I have on the outside, but I love the bacon and the jalapeno that are added to this. It's just such a nice touch, really tasty addition. I would rate this all a 9 out of 10. I really enjoyed making this. I think this is super fun. It's a really great appetizer, really great if you have people over or if you're looking for a really quick snack. It didn't take a lot of time to make these, and I think it is just such a great idea. One thing you have to be aware of, it is calorically dense because it does have the Parmesan and it's cheese. And if you add the bacon, like I did with the Keto Twins version, you will have, you know, some more calories from the bacon. But this is such a great carnivore keto recipe that you can make right at home. 9 out of 10, would definitely make this again. I would love to try different versions of these, maybe adding some other, you know, different stuff into there just to see, you know, play around with it, see how you like it. But I love that you can kind of make this your own. And I think that with the pork panko, I would totally do this again too. It gives it that nice crunch on the outside that I'm looking for with a really soft interior. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. Also hit that notification bell to never miss a tasty upload. Till next time.